What's going on, lads and lasses? So it looks like Lloyd Kelly is not going to Fenerbahce, at least not yet, as Fenerbahce's offer has been rejected according to reports by the media saying that Newcastle United have rejected the 6 million fee that Fenerbahce were willing to pay for Lloyd Kelly. Of course, Lloyd Kelly coming in on a free transfer in the summer. And I've got to say, Newcastle are evaluating him at 12 million. So Fenerbahce are 6 million away from the valuation Newcastle value him at. That is, of course, according to sources from Alonso Mateta, who is saying that Newcastle value Lloyd Kelly at 12 million. And we have, of course, rejected a 6 million bid for Lloyd Kelly. I mean, looking at it, that is a pretty fair evaluation, I would say, for Lloyd Kelly, considering he hasn't really had much game time for us since coming in. And, of course, he is a 26-year-old English defender as well. So, obviously, that pays evidence to, the evaluation as well. And it looks as though Lloyd Kelly really hasn't impressed Eddie Howe since coming in, to be honest. He hasn't really had much game time, and I don't think he's really worked out the way Eddie and the lads thought it was going to work out with Lloyd Kelly. Hopefully, if he doesn't move to Fenerbahce, that does change, and hopefully we do see a little bit more of Lloyd Kelly. But at the minute, if you look at this defence for this season, it's quite hard to try and get in there in the centre-back roles at the moment, because you've got the likes of Dan Burn, who is playing absolutely amazing, out of his skin this season, Dan Burn. Then you've got Fabian Shaw, of course, who's playing absolutely amazing as well. Botman's just come back, so is there room for Lloyd Kelly really to get in there? I don't think so, to be honest, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, if Jose Mourinho and Fenerbahce want to come straight back in for Lloyd Kelly and they want to offer somewhere more around that evaluation, if that is indeed the valuation Newcastle value Lloyd Kelly at, to be honest, it may be more than that, but I think 12 million is probably a fair valuation for a player that really hasn't had much game time for this season. So if they were to come back in and they were to offer that or around that amount, then I think Newcastle may be quite tempted to take that offer, to be honest. And, Alonso Mateta's not the only one reporting this. It's also Keith Downey reporting it. Luke Edwards is reporting it as well. Keith Downey saying Newcastle rejected an approach from Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce for defender Lloyd Kelly. Both a straight transfer and a loan were proposed, but neither were accepted by Newcastle. And, of course, saying, as per Luke Edwards, the Turkish side's cash proposal fell well below the amount Newcastle valued the 26-year-old at. Of course, like I've just said, Fenerbahce went public with their interest in the player yesterday, but they'd have to up their interest considerably for Newcastle to take any notice. That's, of course, according to what Keith Downey is saying on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it these days. But should Lloyd Kelly move from Newcastle United? Do you think Lloyd Kelly will move from Newcastle United? Let us know down in the comments below your thoughts on that one. But Newcastle play tonight, 7:30 kickoff against Wolves. A chance for us to get to 9 consecutive wins in a row. This would be absolutely amazing if we could do it. So keep an eye out on the channel for the reaction after the game tonight against Wolves at St James's Park. But like I say, let us know your thoughts on this Lloyd Kelly situation. Do you think he will still be at Newcastle United come the end of this January transfer window, or do you think Jose Mourinho and his Fenerbahce side will come back in for the 26-year-old centre-back? Till next time, I'll see you all later. And how are the lads?